Hey everybody, it's John here, and I am on my way to the thrift store.
Rad Relics, we're living off the past, turning every buried memory into cash.
And we have our auction pickups tonight. We have a little auction group that we put stuff in every week and sell it, make a couple $100. You know, the thing about reselling, it's not figuring out one way to make a bunch of money. For me at least, it's finding a bunch of ways to make a little bit of money. We do have our eBay store, and we do about $10,000 to $12,000 a month on that. And then we have our antique booths, and we do probably, between me and my wife, we probably do $2,500, closing in on $3,000 a month out of that. But our little auction is just a way for us to get out and meet people and have people come into our store, and we can get to know people, build relationships, and sometimes it works out to where we can actually buy stuff from people and source stuff that way. But we did probably $300 out of the store. Not anything too crazy. We do sell on Facebook Marketplace, and I really need to take the initiative to start cross-listing onto other platforms. There's so many apps out there now that'll cross-list for you. I don't know which ones you use if you cross-list. If you do, let me know down below. Let me know what app that you use. I'm way behind in this game. I should be on multiple platforms, because I think that we could be selling really well if I would just take all these stuff that I have, like 3,700 items listed on eBay, and if I had those spread across like another 4 platforms, like put all my clothes on Depop or Poshmark, and then put more of my hard goods on Macari. You know, what really was disappointing for me was whenever they screwed up Bonanza. I know that sounds crazy. A lot of people are like, oh, Bonanza sucks. But we really probably did, over the year's time of reselling, we probably did make another couple $1,000 just selling on Bonanza. It wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad. And we did pretty good. We would make really decent money. But then they started charging. Sorry, I'm at the roundabout, so my brain is like, do I go or do I not go? And I ended up just going. But anyways, I really would make an extra couple grand a year just selling on Bonanza, and that's a lot of money. I mean, a couple $1,000 is pretty good for me. But then they started charging fees, and the fees every month for a store my size wasn't offsetting the cost of what it would cost for me to sell on there a year. I'd probably spend most of my profits just paying for a Bonanza subscription. And I really hate that, because I really thought Bonanza was a really good platform to have more of your items indexed through Google, so there's just more eyes on them. But in reality, really thinking about it, I don't know if I've ever went to Google and searched for something and actually seen it go back to Bonanza or Macari, or like maybe Poshmark I have, but I find like third-party auction sites more than anything have have links to items that I'm looking for, and which really isn't that helpful, because when you're looking at a third-party auction site from some small podunk town, or even if it is a large city, that's kind of a regional price on that. It's what people are willing to pay to like drive there and pick it up. I don't know. But I'm going to go to the thrift store and see if I can find some good stuff. I have so many clothes that need to be listed. It's just absolutely insane, the amount of clothing that I have accumulated. And it's telling me my seatbelt's not on. My thought process is I will buy all of these clothes, and then I'll sell them on, what's that online auction app? Whatnot. That's it, Whatnot. And I've just not done it. Like, the amount of organization that you have to have, that's a cool Airstream that just went by. The amount of organization that you have to be able to sell on that website is just way more than what I'm willing to put into the platform. And I know there's a lot of people out there making really good money, but to me it just seems like it's a lot of work for very little reward, as you can take this item here. Say we're talking about sticks like this, something like this. I can put it on Whatnot. Say if it's worth $40 on eBay. Well, there's no guarantee that I'm going to get that $40 for it on Whatnot. I might only get it on. I might be able to only get like $10 if I'm lucky on Whatnot. You know, especially if I don't have a following. And you know, we're working really hard to build up our Facebook page right now. We're at like 17,000, almost 18,000 people that follow us over there. So that if you are interested in seeing a lot more content from us, I definitely suggest you to go over there and hit that follow button, because we're posting like 5-6 pieces of content over there every day, compared to YouTube now that we're only posting a few times a month. I want to get better at YouTube. I'm sorry to all the people that follow us over here, but I just struggle with it because it's just so much more work to edit these videos and to do what it takes to like just, you know, create content over here. I mean, I've made, in this year, I have made almost $2,000 creating content on Facebook, and YouTube I've made 100. And that's because I'm not putting in the effort. But even when I was putting in the effort, I was making nowhere near the kind of money on YouTube that I've made on Facebook in just a short period of time. It's just disappointing. And after all, at the end of the day, I do make these videos because I do enjoy making the video content, and I do enjoy reaching out to the people who follow us on YouTube. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's all about making money. It's about, you know, doing my thing to where I can afford to feed my 3 little minions and my wife. You know, she'd probably take care of herself if she had to, but the other 3, they'd starve to death. They need their dad there to take care of them. So, I don't know. I'm getting ready to pull in here to the thrift store, and looks like my wife has already left. I'm guessing, I can tell she's got a bright blue Mustang, but I'm guessing that she has already went to the store. I don't know, she might be on her way home. But we do have our auction pickups this evening, and that will be that'll be fun. We have a situation that happened at the auction where a guy apparently had messaged me, and I'm gonna pull back around so I can get a better spot. He had messaged me, and I didn't get his messages, because if you're not connected on Facebook, your messages will go to a spam folder, or go to like a pending message folder, and I didn't get his messages. Long story short, he went through my auction and bid on everything. And my speculation is he bid on everything because he was going to try to screw me, that he was going to bid on everything, bid everything up, and then not come pick anything up, because he was mad because the item that he bought from my auction was smaller than what he anticipated. He paid $16, so he's willing to steal, and I call it steal, $300 plus out of my pocket, because he was upset because I didn't send him a message back. You got to be careful. People are dangerous. People are dangerous. People like that, I believe, are dangerous. People that are that irate, that will actually like burn you, or try to burn you for like $16. You got to be careful. So I told him that he could bring the item back today, but if he does, we're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna have a little conversation about, I don't know what that was. That was weird. We're gonna have a little conversation about proper auction etiquette, about how when you bid on a bunch of stuff, because he deleted all of his bids, and then I messaged him and said, hey, why'd you delete your bids? I kind of have an idea why he deleted them. And then I asked him, I said, hey, in the group, on something that he had commented on, kind of getting snotty, I said, hey, why did you delete your bids? And he never replied back. So I want to see if this guy has the big balls to come back to my store today to bring that item back for his $16, because we're gonna have a conversation about it when he does, because I think that he was just trying to sabotage my auction. That's why he went back and deleted his bids, because I told him that it was okay for him to bring it back. I said, bring it back, I'll give you $16 back. I said it in a comment, and then that's when magically all of his bids disappeared. So we'll see if he has the balls to bring it back. I don't think he will, But you just never know with guys like that. Maybe they like confrontation. Maybe that's what he wants, is the confrontation. I'm not going to jump in directly with the confrontation. I've also thought that maybe once, if he does bring it back, either way, he's kicked out of the group. I'm kicking him out of the group after this auction, after tonight. And I've thought, maybe I don't need the confrontation. I don't need that windshield wipers making those noises either. It's raining out here a little bit today. Maybe I don't need those confrontations right there in my store, but maybe I'll just give him his money back and then just kick him out of the group and not have to have a altercation, because you never know where things can go anymore. Like I said, the guy's got to screw loose if he's willing to go through and wreck my whole auction because I didn't reply to his Facebook message for an item that he bought that was too small. It was a cabinet, and it was too small, I guess. I don't know what he was thinking he was getting. Maybe he thought he was getting a huge cabinet, but maybe he should have asked questions. I don't know. Anyways, this is a video of about 11 minutes of me just talking to you guys. Hope you enjoy it. I don't know what to tell you. If you don't, I don't know why you're following me, but I appreciate those who do. You guys have a good day, and God bless.